Testing one, two, three. Hey guys, welcome to Acho Chelsea's podcast. I'm so excited that I decided to start this podcast because it's been something that I've wanted to do for so long. I love watching podcast videos, audiobooks. I love watching long form content, and it's just something that I've always had this intention and this feeling to start. So I'm so excited I decided to start this podcast. I'm feeling nervous, but I'm also feeling excited because it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. So, why did I start this podcast and what is this podcast going to be all about? So, first off, this podcast is going to be to help busy moms, help them lose weight, get healthy, eat better, and also build an intimate relationship with God. So, why did I start this podcast, first of all? I've always dabbled and dribbled on what my niche should be, like what should I focus on, and why I settled on these helping busy moms is because, for one, I'm a mom of three little boys, 6, 4, and 2, and I know what it is, and I know how it is to actually try to lose weight. I actually lost about 50 pounds with each of my pregnancies, and it was a journey. And I had to go through a lot of things. I had to try different things, found out what's stuck. I'm still going through experiments. I'm still learning things as I go. But I felt like if I've been able to lose this weight, why don't I help other moms out there who are struggling with weight loss, who are struggling to feel confident in how they look after having a baby, who are struggling to build healthy routines and structure into their day-to-day life, who are feeling so overwhelmed with everything that is going on, with the doctor's appointments, with work, with husband, family members, keeping up with relationships and all of that. Why can't I share my ideas, the things that I've learned, and also the things that I've read about because I love reading books and I also like listening to other YouTubers talk about routines, losing weight, and things like that. That was why I was inspired to start this podcast just to share my insights. The other reason why I also want to tie this to building an intimate relationship with God, just because I think that without God, we cannot achieve anything. I'm a Christian, right? So I believe in God. And I believe that for us to be able to achieve anything, whether it's losing weight, getting kids, and just things like that, we need God to be at the center of it all. Last year, actually, I decided to go on this journey in building a relationship with God, an intimate relationship with God. I'm going to share with you guys that chapter in another episode, but I just want to give you guys a summary. And I actually read the whole Bible in 365 days. That was a decision that I made. I actually made the decision in 2024, but I did not follow through. There were things that obviously not made it not to work out, but I decided to try again in 2025 and I successfully did it. And it did not come, it definitely came with its challenges. It came with so many things. I had to try different things for it to stick. There's some days that I missed, but I kept going till the end. There's so many things that I learned, and overall, my relationship with God increased very tremendously. And after reading the Bible for 365 days, even now in 2026, I still read the Bible every day. I realized that in everything we do, we have to make God the center. And if we make the God the center of everything we do, as little as maybe cleaning your house, taking care of your kids, losing weight, something small as that, if we invite God into what we are going through, if we invite God into our hearts and into our lives, then everything is going to go through, not necessarily smooth, but it's going to give us the fruits of the Holy Spirit. It's going to give us peace. It's going to give us joy. It's going to give us, well, it's going to make us, I don't know, just feel like a sense of fulfillment, even if it's hard. Just knowing that we can do it and just knowing that God has got our back is going to help us to be able to do it with so much purpose and fulfillment. So that is why I also believe that moms, even if we don't want to do it for ourselves, but because of our kids, we definitely have to invite God into our lives. When I had my kids, that was when I decided I had to take God seriously. Because I was like, I'm not about to take care of these three boys by myself. I cannot do it on my own. And after reading the Bible, I realized that I don't even have to do it on my own. God is the one that gave me those kids. So that means He is their father. What I am to these kids is just the earthly parents to discipline them, to disciple them, sorry. But at the end of the day, God is their father. So it kind of took off that pressure away from me that I don't have to do all of these things on my own, that I don't have to monitor their movements when they are going to school. I cannot be with them when they're going to school. I cannot protect them every step of the way. My kids fall, they have wounds. I wish I could have prevented it. But it let me like this sense of control. When I put it in the hands of God, I was able to breathe. I was able to relax, knowing that when my kids go outside, God is covering them. It kind of made me, I don't know, feel this sense of peace because I could not control everything. If I cannot control everything in my life, how am I going to control everything in my kids' life? That was when I realized that I could not control everything in my kids' life. So just ignore the way I'm looking, but I know I'm putting on a hat and just a casual shirt. But I really wanted to start this podcast showing up as my authentic self. I know that we speak about authenticity on this platform a lot. And honestly, I've tried YouTube. I started YouTube a while ago, 4 years ago. And when I started my channel, I try to show up as someone who I'm not. I try to put on makeup, I try to dress fancy, do all these crazy hairstyles just because I wanted to look somehow presentable or to look like how other YouTubers are looking like. But I was like, that's not who I am. That is not me. And I want to show up as my true self. And if I want to be like, if I want to last on this platform, and if I want to keep showing up and building a relationship with you guys, I want to show up as who I am. And I'm Chelsea. Most days you will see me like this. I braid my hair, I put on my hat. I don't like putting on wigs all the time. I really don't like putting on makeup. I like putting on t-shirts with a pair of leggings. That's my everyday outfit. So I was like, I'm gonna show up as I am. So that my true tribe, the people that like me for where I am, going to resonate with me. But I do not just want to show up like somebody that I'm not. This is me. I'm not so outspoken. I speak calmly. I'm an introvert. I like staying at home most of the time. I don't have so many friends, and I'm okay with that. This is just me, and I just wanted to show up as myself. And I was tired of trying to show up as other people because we live in a time where people tell you if you want to succeed, then you have to be an extrovert. You have to be out there doing all the things. You have to dress in a certain way, put on makeup all the time to look presentable. But I think I'm looking presentable to you guys, right? I'm not looking shabby. I took my shower, I dressed fine. So I just want to look presentable to you guys. But I decided to show up as my authentic self. As a 29-year-old who is just trying to navigate life, just like you guys, I have my ups and downs. There are so many things that I'm still struggling with, but there are also so many things that I've grown in. I want this space to be a calm space where you can feel like a big sister is talking to you or a younger sister is talking to you guys and she's sharing the things that she's going through. I'm going to share with you guys the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, everything. I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So I just want you guys to just go on this journey with me. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the funny things that my kids do, some things that are maybe interesting things in the background with my spouse and things like that, just for you to get to know me better, but also for you to be able to learn and maybe take this into your relationship, take this into your motherhood journey, and just grow as an individual. Because I know I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I work a 9 to 5 job, I'm a computer engineer, but first and foremost, I'm a child of God. And I'm also myself. I'm also Chelsea. So every day I'm trying to find my identity outside of being a mom. Because as I said, I have 3 toddlers. So for 6 years, I've been raising little kids, and it's not easy. Sometimes you get to lose your identity. I lose my identity to motherhood. When I just got married, I lost my identity to being a partner. And just navigating all of those things in my 20s was really, really tough. And I struggled a lot. But also, I learned a lot, and God helped me to through it all. So, just trying to grow up, just trying to be the woman that God called me to be, try to walk in my, I don't know, I want to say purpose, but just trying to live my life with God at the center every day. So, I really hope that this podcast resonates with you. I hope that you take 1 or 2 things from this message and apply it to your own life. I really want to help busy moms because I'm a busy mom myself and I've managed to overcome a lot of things. I've managed to help build myself some routines and systems that stick because I used to be a procrastination girl, you see. I think I call myself lazy. I call myself all the things in the world. I used to procrastinate a lot. I don't used to get things done. But now I decided to build some structure. There were things that I needed to learn to get me there. There were books I needed to learn to read to get me where I am today. So I want to share that with you guys. I also want to share with you guys when I struggle. It's not every day that I'm productive. It's not every day that I get to do what I say I'm going to do. There are some days that I fall. There are some days that I don't do everything that I say I'm going to do. But we're all human beings, right? Some days we fall. But the most important thing is for us to, when we fall, we get right back up. We keep living life. Life is for the living. We have to keep showing up every day, despite of what we're going through and despite of whether we are falling or not. So that's just what I want this space to feel like. For you to feel like even though you have given up hope, even though you are in a season where it's very difficult for you to exercise consistently, for you to eat healthy meals, for you to really feel like yourself again, I just want to give you some encouragement that you're going to get on the other side and you can take charge of your life. There's nobody that is going to take charge of your life. When I turned 29, the one lesson that I really think I reflected on when I journal is that nobody is coming to save you. You have to take charge of your life. If you want to be someone that shows up in the gym every day or works out every day, you have to make that decision and you have to do it. If you want to be somebody that reads the Bible every day, prays consistently, you have to make the decision and you have to do it. It's not just about making the decision, but it's about you doing it. So you have to make the decision. Nobody's going to make the decision for you. You're no longer a child where your mom tells you what to do or your dad tells you what to do. You're an adult now. So you have to make those decisions for yourself. And that was a hard lesson that I learned. So with all of these things, I know that there are so many people that are prospering in other areas of their lives. But maybe when it comes to losing weight, they're really struggling. And it's not like they're lazy people. No, most people that want to lose weight are not really lazy. They know what to do. Sometimes you don't know. That's where I come to give you guys the knowledge on what to do and how to lose weight. But I'm not just coming as a coach, I'm coming as someone who has lost weight. I'm still trying to lose weight, girl. See, this midsection, let me tell you, it's hard. This hormone, I suffer from bloating and things like that. But there are so many things that I've tried and it works, and I'm now in a better space where I can feel confident in my body. But it's a daily journey. It's something that I have to do consistently. If I fall off for 1 month, guess what? I'm gonna gain a lot of weight. I'm gonna gain most of the weight back. But it's something I know that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. So I make that journey easy, I make that journey sustainable, and I actually tweak it for it to fit my life and to fit every season. That's what a lot of people don't consider. We take this rigid structure and we start doing it. And then we don't realize that we work in seasons. The summer, the spring, we have fall, we have winter, we have different seasons. That means that routines are going to change. When I was single, I don't used to bother about waking up in the morning because I had no kids. So I could wake up whenever I wanted to wake up. That also meant that I could sleep whenever I wanted to sleep. But then I had kids who have to go to school. That means I have to start waking up early in the morning to take care of these kids. And these little humans, trust me, they don't know about your schedule when they need you. So I had to now make my schedule based on their schedule. So that means I had to be a morning person. I had to start sleeping early. The good thing is that we can rewire our brains. That means we can train our brains to be first morning people. We can train our brains to start waking, to start sleeping in early. We can train our brains to start exercising consistently. We can train our brains and our food palate to start eating healthy and the meals start tasting good. We can train ourselves and we can do all of these things. We have the power. And when you tend to read the Bible, that says, with God, all things are possible. It doesn't say some things are possible. It says, with God, all things are possible. So that means that when you put God at the center of it all, it's going to be possible. When I started reading the Bible, it really changed my perspective and it really gave me this courage to actually start this podcast. As I said to you guys, I'm a shy person. In fact, I'm not a shy person. I used to be shy. So when I started reading the Bible, there were certain things that just came naturally to me. I just had to start doing them. I had to start talking to you guys. Felt the confidence to start a podcast. If you'd have told me years ago that I was going to start a podcast, I would have told you guys no. Most of my friends that know me from small or my relatives, they'll be very surprised to see me on YouTube or even starting a podcast. They'll be like, Chelsea, you can talk. Like most people know me like someone who doesn't talk. So for me to get to the place I am now, there were a lot of things that I had to do. But what really made that transformation was for me was to be a woman of God. And just God just gave me the courage. And the Holy Spirit just kept whispering to me, you can do this. With God, all things are possible. As long as what you're saying and as long as you're making this channel to glorify his name, then I am with you. And that was all the confirmation that I needed. So I just want this space to be a safe space. Some days you're gonna see me, I'm gonna show up like this. Some days we're just going to be taking life one step at a time. I'm going to try to be posting a podcast video every week, hopefully, if not every 2 weeks. But you can always drop your comments, like what podcast titles, what podcast videos you want me to talk about. And let's go on this journey together. Let's live life together. Let's build a community. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the channel, join the family. Over here, we are a family. I see you guys as my family. I see you guys as a community. And I genuinely want all of us to elevate. I genuinely want us, especially women, to elevate, to become better person, to find our own identities, to be confident in our bodies as after having these kids because we did a very good job. Having kids, it's a miracle. So you deserve to feel your best self after having kids. You deserve to lose that weight and be in the best shape of your life after having kids. You deserve to have an intimate relationship with Jesus where you can hear the Holy Spirit whispering to you every day. Where if you have any problem, you want to talk to God about it. You want to be in constant communication with Him because that's the only thing that's genuinely going to give you peace in a world where so many things are going on. There's war, there's just so many bad things going on. And the only person that's going to provide you with true peace is going to be God. As I said, there are so many seasons in life. We have the good seasons and the bad seasons. You may be in the good season now, but what if you get to the bad season? What are you going to do? Are you going to give up? So we need God both in the good seasons and in the bad seasons. So I just want to invite you to invite God into your heart. Let Him have a place in your house. Put God first at the center of your life. Put God first at the center of your marriage. Put God first at the center of everything, and He's going to shine. God blesses His children. He loves all of us. He has so many gifts that He wants to give you. And most of the times, we're the one blocking those gifts. Honestly, He's like, I want to give you this thing, but you're blocking me from giving it to you. It's like, I want to know you, but you don't want to know me. The thing about God is that He's not going to force you. He's going to put a nudge in your heart. Hey, I want to know you. He's going to knock up. I want to know you. But you have to be able to open your mouth and say, yes, I want to invite you into my life. When you make that decision, then he's gonna be like, I'm coming in. You've invited me into your house, I'm gonna come in. But you have to invite him in. If you do not invite him in, he's not gonna come in. He's not gonna force you. He's not gonna come in. So I really felt great about this podcast. I hope that you have a sense of what this podcast is going to talk about. The most important thing that I'm going to be talking about, as I said, talking about some scriptures that I read in the Bible, how to read the Bible, because I earlier told you guys I read the whole Bible last year, and this year I'm actually digging deep into each chapters. Right now, I'm in the book of Matthew, and the book of Matthew is so interesting. I cannot wait to share with you guys some of the gems that I've learned in that book. That's what I've been doing and trying to lose weight, always trying to lose weight. But just trying to build my muscle, be consistent in exercising, trying to eat healthier than I used to eat, or trying to eat healthy in general, trying to build structures and routines because as busy moms and as working moms, we have so much to do. And failing to plan your day is planning to fail, or failing to plan is planning to fail. When you do not plan, then you're setting up yourself for failure. So I want to talk about all of these things. And I'm not talking about the rushing and the productivity things and goals and all those kind of stuff. I'm not talking about all the guys that keep saying you need to be productive, you need to put all of this, all those kind of stuff. No, I'm talking about a mom that doesn't really have so much time, Who is trying to do all of these things? Who's trying to find time for her to do her hobbies? Who's trying to find time for her to be a good parent and not be overwhelmed? Who's trying to find time to have a healthy marriage and have time for her husband? Who's also trying to find time to be a good co-worker and a good friend, have relationships outside of marriage and things like that. I'm talking about that mom. The mom that works and the mom that feels stressed, but the mom that is striving for a calm, less stressed life. A mom that is trying to grow as an adult, but also trying to balance family and all these things. That is the mom that I'm talking to, and that is the mom that I want to help. The one thing I feel like a lot of moms struggle with is, and a lot of people in general, a lot of people in this time that we are in, is using our phones. Most of the time, we keep saying we do not have time. We have so many things to do. But if you dial it down, you have time to do those hobbies. You have time to hang out with your friends. It's all about creating priorities, and it's all about putting the dang phone down. Just putting that phone down. Using the phone for what it is, a tool that we are meant to use, is supposed to be there to enhance our lives. So we're supposed to use the phone to speak to loved ones that we cannot see physically, or to use the phone to be able to build a business, to do many things. There are so many things, so many benefits that come with the phone. When there is something as innovative as a phone that has so many benefits, there are also so many disadvantages. And most times we spend so much time, especially me. I realized I kept saying I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to take my kids out, I don't have time to do a hobby. I love drawing, I love reading books, but I realized I wasn't doing that much. And I kept saying I don't have time. And then when I put everything on the table, I checked my phone screen time. I realized I was spending about 6 to 7 hours on my phone, on social media, and on other apps. And I was like, what? So that means I actually have that much time. And I kept telling myself, I did not have time. That means I had to really create a whole routine and have this feeling. Some of us have relationships. We think that we have relationships just with our kids and our spouses and friends. Most of us have a relationship with our phone. That a relationship is just something that not really a relationship, an addiction. It's something that you cannot do without. And most of us have addictions to our phone. So in helping busy moms, I also want us to talk about phone addiction, because I feel like that is what is really stopping us to be able to achieve all the things I want to achieve. If you want to lose weight, you have to put that phone down and go to the gym and actually exercise. Eat healthy food, put the phone down and go cook a healthy meal. You want to spend time with your kids, with your family, read the Bible, put the phone down. The phone is stealing away our joy. See, I don't want to dive too deep into these. We're going to talk about it on another podcast episode. But that is one big thing that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my morning routine without my phone, where I don't use my phone till about 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and also my night routine and those the relationships that I've built with my phone. So I'm so excited for this podcast. I was just trying to make this first episode not too long, because I was just kind of trying to give you guys an overview of what this podcast is going to be about. And I think the next podcast I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I built an intimate relationship with God and how I started to read my Bible, for all the moms out there who feel overwhelmed, who just want to have that relationship with God but feel like they don't have time. See, I've been in all the seasons. So I'm going to give you guys tricks depending on maybe what season you are, whether you're in the season of motherhood and things like that. I'm going to give you guys what I'm doing now in the season that I am in. You can listen to the steps, you can copy me, and you can also tweak it depending on the season that you are in. So thank you guys again for taking so much time to listen to this podcast. I'm so excited about this podcast. God is going to do amazing things. And I'm very grateful that you decided to watch this podcast. If you made it to the end of the video, comment who made it. Let me know who my real supporters are. And I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.